Kumusta po ang lahat ng ating mga kamag-aral? Muli po ay nagpapasalamat ang inyong lingkod sa inyong patuloy na pakikipagkaisa sa pag-aaral ng salita ng Diyos. At tayo po ay nasa pangatlong installment ng ating series, Finding Meaning in Life. Nung una po ay ating na unawaan na upang ating palang masira ang ating buhay ay kailangan lang natin na maging gabay ang pleasure. But that is not really the lesson that we intend. Ano po? Kundi ang sinasabi natin doon sa ating unang lesson, do not let pleasure guide you. As the king, as King Solomon testified and experienced, as we learn from him, hindi po natin dapat payagan na ang pleasure ang maging guide ng ating buhay because it will not give us meaning. It is meaningless. Atin pong sinabi din na sa pag-uusap natin sa ating pag-aaral, sa ating pagkukwentuhan, that to destroy your life, let success consume you. Para bang, sige, kung gusto mo talagang hindi matagpuan ang tunay na kahulugan ng buhay, kung nais mo talagang sirain ang buhay mo, ay hayaan mong ikaw ay lamunin ang tinatawag nating tagumpay. At ang tagumpay ang siyang maging pinakasentro ng buong buhay mo. Ang sinasabi lang po natin doon ay hindi natin sinasabi masama ang magtagumpay. Ang sinasabi lamang po natin mga kamag-aral, do not let success consume you if you really wanted to find meaning in life. At sa pagkakataon pong ito, sa oras na ito, ay atin namang pag-uusapan. Ang isa pang madaling sabihin ng marami kung paano nga ba nasisira ang buhay. And that is destroy your life. Walk alone in life. Walk alone in life. Nais mong malungkot, nais mong maguluhan ang buhay mo, nais mong mahirapan ang buhay mo, nais mong makaranas ng depression, well, walk alone in life. Ang ating pong tinutukoy dito ay ang katotohanan na hindi tayo dapat nabubuhay na mag-isa. Do not live life in isolation. At ito po ang nais nating pag-usapan at pag-aralan at pagkwentuhan sa araw na ito. Alam ko po na minsan po ang relasyon pa nga ang nagbibigay sa atin ng iba't ibang mga suliranin. Ang relasyon ang minsan nagbibigay sa atin ng kalungkutan. Ang relasyon ang nagbibigay sa atin ng sama ng loob at maaaring depression. Relationship is usually messy. At totoo po yun. It is often complicated. Medyo minsan masasabi talaga natin na magulo ang relasyon at ito pa nga minsan nagpapahirap sa atin. Many people withdrew from relationships they could no longer maintain. Alam po natin ito. Kami nang sumuko sa mga pagkaibigan, sa mga ah, pagiging malapit sa isa't isa because it is a little bit complicated. It is quite easy to add friends sa mga panahong ito sa social media. It is now easy to follow someone on social media. Madali na po ngayon yan. But it is equally quick for some to unblock or to block someone from their social media platform. Madaling mag-follow. Maya-maya, ang daling madaling mag-block. Madali nang mag-unfriend. Because just like what we said, relationship is often messy. A relationship that started as thrilling and fun is now traumatized, wounded, and broken. Ganito ang nangyayari sa maraming mga pagkakataon. Isang relasyon na nagsimula, isang pagkakaibigan na nagsimula na masaya, punong-puno ng katuwaan, ngayon kapwa na sila sugatan, kapwa na sila nasasaktan. Kaya hindi po nakakabigla na maraming mga awitin ang kinompost na ang tema po ng mga awit na ito, it talks about relationship in general. A song may reflect a relationship that is flourishing, Or a song may reflect a relationship that is shattering down or shattering. No matter how we have been hurt by any relationships we got involved in, the scriptures speak quite a bit about it to help humans to make life meaningful. Ang Biblia, ang salita ng Diyos ay nagpahayag, nagsalita, hindi ng kakaunti lamang, kundi ng maraming mga bagay kung paano tutulong ang relasyon sa buhay ng tao upang ang buhay ng tao ay maging makahulugan. God's plan is for His creation to live in a community and not avoid it. You can live a lonelier life by avoiding real or authentic relationships. You can. You can live a lonelier life by avoiding real or authentic relationships. Again, we do not dismiss the idea na yun din pong minsang relationship ang nagpapalungkot sa ilang mga magkaibigan at sa ilang mga magkakakilala. But avoiding it more, you can live a lonelier life by avoiding it. Sabi po ng Ecclesiastes chapter 4 verses 7 and 8. Sabi ng matalinong hari, I observe yet another example of something meaningless under the sun. This is the case of a man who is all alone, without a child or a brother, yet who works hard to gain as much wealth as he can. Ang napatunayan at naimbestigahan ng isang matalinong hari ay ito. A man who is all alone is going to live a meaningless life. Ang isang taong mapag-isa, ang isang taong hindi nagtatatag ng relasyon sa kapwa, ang taong hindi kumukonekta, malimit ay nawawalan ng kahalagahan ang kaniyang buhay. It sounds meaningless. Life is meaningless. And make no mistake, mga kamag-aaral, we were made to live in a community. Tayo po ay nilalang ng Diyos upang mabuhay tayo na isang komunidad. Nakita ng Diyos na hindi mabuti na ang kanyang nilalang na lalaki na si Adan ay nag-iisa. And so God created na isang katulad niya upang makasama niya. Because we were made to live in a community. Chapter 4 verses 9 and 10 ng Ecclesiastes, ang sabi po, two people are better off than one, for they can help each other succeed. If one person falls, the other can reach out and help. But someone who falls alone is in real trouble. We're not sure where King Solomon was coming from when he made positive notes about friendship. Hindi po natin alam kung saan siya nanggagaling. Marahil naranasan niyang maging malungkot na nag-iisa. One possibility was that as a king and in his political life, it was a big challenge to develop authentic friendships. Sa isa na nasa mataas na katungkulan na kagaya niya, sa isa na tinitingala at piniplease ng maraming mga tao, marahil naramdaman niya na ang hirap naman yatang mag-develop ng mga totoong kaibigan. And so maybe this is where King Solomon was coming from. As a leader, some of us are probably familiar with the idiom originated in the 1920s. At ang idiom na ito ay nagsasabi, it is lonely at the top. And maybe that was what King Solomon experienced. That it was lonely to be alone. Oo, ako ang hari at ako ang kinikilala ng marami. Ako'y marunong at ako'y mayaman, but I was alone. I am alone. And it is lonely at the top. Ang sabi po ng isang leadership guru na si John Maxwell concerning that idiom, it is lonely at the top. Ang sabi niya ay ganito, if a leader found it lonely at the top, it is possible that they're doing leadership wrong or they're doing something wrong in leadership. Maaari pong may katotohanan at may bahid ng katotohanan ang sinasabing ito ni John Maxwell, that if a leader found it lonely at the top, it is possible they're doing leadership wrong or they're doing something wrong in leadership. But this this dismisses the fact na ang mga leader may damdamin at may emosyon at nalulungkot kapag nag-iisa. It is not always the leadership problem. It is not the system itself. It is the experience and the emotion of the leader. And so, yes, it is lonely at the top, and maybe King Solomon experienced that. Ecclesiastes 4:11-12, a person standing alone can be attacked and defeated, but two can stand back to back and conquer. Three are even better, for a triple braided cord is not easily broken. Ang matalino at mayamang hari na nabuhay, none other than King Solomon, was pounding it hard. The positive aspect of connecting in contrast to avoiding people. We need to connect to people instead of avoiding people. And maybe this is your experience, that the more you avoid people because people are a little bit disappointing, people frustrate us, people disappoint us, people fail us. At dahil sa mga bagay nating naranasan, we are avoiding people instead of connecting to people. And maybe this is your experience, and this is my experience too. But King Solomon said, as he grew in his experience, as he discovered meaning in life, he said in Proverbs 18:24, which also something that he wrote, sinulat po niya, ang Proverbs. Most of the Proverbs, not all, but most of the Proverbs. Ang sabi po niya, some friends don't help, but a true friend is closer than your own family. May mga tao na hindi talaga nakakatulong. Maging kaibigan na maaaring hindi talaga nakakatulong. Pero ang tunay na kaibigan, mas malapit pa kaysa isang tunay na pamilya. We all need someone to encourage us. We all need someone to lift us, to pray for us, to cheer us. Encouragement is like an ice cream. It easily melts down. Tandaan po niyo mga kamag-aral, ang kalakasan ng loob ay parang isang ice cream. Nang bilhin mo ay ito'y buong buo. Pag pinatagal mo na hindi mo kinakain, maya-maya ito'y matutunaw na. Ganon din po ang buhay. Ganon din po ang encouragement. Ganon din po ang kalakasan ng loob. Ang daling mawala, ang daling matunaw, ang daling bumitaw ng encouragement. That's why we all need someone to encourage us from time to time. And you can notice that the word encouragement has the word courage. Bigyan ka ng tapang, bigyan ka ng lakas ng loob. Someone who will lift you up because ikaw mismo ay nakakaramdam ng pagkaguho, nakakaramdam ng kabiguan. Of course, we are receiving encouragement from God, from His power, but God is providing you a flesh as well to encourage you, to lift you up, to cheer you. We all need someone to encourage us, mga kamag-aral. We need to surround ourselves with people who can encourage us, who can spur us. Ang sabi nga po ng Hebrews, spur one another. Kumbaga talagang tusok-tusukin mo. Sundot-sundutin mo ang ibang tao. Encourage other people. And bring out the best sa kanyang buhay. Sapagkat ito ang kailangan natin gawin. We were made for a community. Encouragement may come at the right time. But it goes before you know it. Dumarating po talaga ang lakas ng loob. Pero alam nyo, ang karanasan ng marami, yung lakas ng loob, kung gaano minsan mabilis dumating, ganon din siya kabilis mawala. Isang salita ng iyong kapwa na hindi tama, isang salita ng iyong kaibigan na hindi nakakatulong, you got discouraged. Encouragement goes before you know it. It leaves you before you know it. Lumilisan ito bago mo ito malaman. Hindi mo alam kung bakit nawala. Isang minuto, ikaw ay lumulundag. After ng ilang mga sandali, ikaw ay nakakaramdam ng kabalisan at pagkalugmok. At the same time, we also need to be an encouragement to others. To lift them up and to cheer them up. Kung alam natin na tayo nangangailangan ng encouragement, at alam natin na parang isang ice cream na madaling matunaw ang lakas ng loob, madaling mawala, kinakailangan din nating maunawaan sa ating sarili na tayo mismo ay maging kalakasan ng loob ng ibang tao. Magpalakas ng ibang tao at magbigay ng lakas ng loob sa ibang mga tao. Maging maliwanag po sa atin, mga kamag-aral, that Solomon was not ignoring the fact that not all friendships or relationships are healthy. Alam po ni Haring Solomon yon. And yet, he did not dismiss friendship completely because true friendship is meaningful under the sun. Sinabi na po niya yon. Sinabi niya na ang tunay na pagkakaroon ng kaibigan ay isang makahulugan sa ilalim ng lupa, sa ilalim ng araw, I mean. Because Solomon knew that not all friendships or relationships are healthy. In the wisdom God gave him, itong ginawa niya, nagbigay siya ng babala. He cautions us to, listen to this, walk with the wise. Because not all relationships, not all friendships are healthy, we need to walk with the wise. Proverbs 13 verse 20, walk with the wise and become wise. Associate with fools and get in trouble. Now, if you were not born yesterday, you know the wisdom of King Solomon in Proverbs 13 verse 20. Totoo po ito. That when you walk with the wise, you become wise. And when you associate with fools, sa mga mangmang, you get in trouble. Sabi po ng translation ng contemporary English version na ganito. Wise friends make you wise, but you hurt yourself by going around with fools. Sinasaktan mo ang iyong sarili kapag mali ang iyong naging mga kasama. Self-destructive. Sinisira mo na ang sarili mo when you go around with fools. And the fools here, mga kamag-aaral, alam po natin sa Book of Proverbs, Ang fools ay hindi po yung walang pinag-aralan, yung hindi nakapag-aral o hindi nakapag-elementary man lamang, hindi nakapag-high school. That is not the definition of the word fools in the book of Proverbs. The word fool or mga mangmang dito po sa aklat ng kawikaan ay yung mga taong walang pagkatakot sa Diyos. Mga taong hindi sumusunod sa Diyos. Mga taong hindi gumagalang sa Diyos. At kapag ang mga kasama mo at kapag ikaw ay napapaligiran ng mga taong hindi nagkakaroon ng banal na pagkatakot sa Diyos, hindi magtatagal, you will get into trouble. And so do not avoid friendship. Do not avoid relationship. Do not avoid a community. But be selective. Kaya ang tanong po natin sa araw na ito, who are you walking with? Who are you walking with? It is necessary to ask who influences you and what kind of influence he is making in your life. Sino ba ang may malaking marka sa buhay mo? Sino ba ang may malaking impluensya sa buhay mo? Sino ba ang may malaking say sa buhay mo? Be careful with whom we associate. Mag-ingat po tayo kung sino ang ating mga kasama at lagi nating sinasamahan or mag-ingat tayo sa mga taong nakaka-impluensya sa atin. Because character is contagious in general. Proverbs 21:10. Evil people want to do wrong, even to their friends. Hindi po ba napakasakit? Napakasakit na kapag hindi tayo nagiging maingat at lahat ay ating parang itinuturing na maayos at hindi tayo nagiging cautious and selective in some sense, kung sino yung makaka-impluensya sa atin, kung sino yung mamarka sa buhay natin, we might be influenced by something evil or by someone who has evil intentions. Kaya maging maingat, maging mapanuri. There are indeed some toxic friends. There are actually some toxic relationships. Meron pong unsafe relationships. Kaya dapat pag-iingatan ito. At binibigyan nga po tayo ng babala ni Haring Solomon sa mga bagay na kagaya nito. Sapagkat marahil naranasan niya na magkaroon ng mga toxic friends and mga toxic relationships. Alam niya ito. He was speaking from the heart and from his life experiences. But it is even more true that God is giving us some dearest people to mature us, to challenge us, and listen to us with an open mind. Oo, may mga toxic relationships. Oo, may mga toxic friendships. Oo, may mga evil people that might influence us. But higit doon sa ating mga naranasan na minsan na gano'n. God is giving you dearest people with pure intention to mature you, to challenge you, to cheer you up, to listen to you with an open mind without judging you. And you will find yourself gravitating to them because they refresh your inner life. They make you stronger in adversity. And so we say, walk with the wise. And the wise here, hindi po yung mga may pinag-aralan per se, although some of them might be educated. But the wise here in the book of Proverbs is more on those who fear the Lord. Those who will challenge you to draw closer to the Lord, to seek the Lord, to walk closely and humbly with God. Yan po ang mga wise. Yan po yung dearest people who will mature you and challenge you and listen to you with an open mind. Ecclesiastes chapter 4, 11 and 12. Likewise, two people close together can keep each other warm, but how can one be warm alone? Muli po, binibigyan ng diin ni Haring Solomon ang kahalagahan ng community, ng kasama, ng kausap upang ikaw ay magkaroon ng healing, upang ikaw ay magkaroon ng kalakasan ng loob. Solomon is not exclusively referring here to marriage, although many times ito pong Ecclesiastes 4:11 and 12 are being used sa mga marriage seminars. Yes, it is possible. Hindi po malayong application ito, but it is not exclusively referring here to marriage. So let us gravitate or move ourselves to people who can mature us, who can challenge us, who can pray with us, who can listen to us with an open mind. Walk with them and walk with their counsel. Ecclesiastes chapter 4, 11 and 12, we will continue. Though one may be overpowered, two can defend themselves. A cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. Mahirap ang nag-iisa, mabuti ang dalawa, wala nang hihigit pa sa 3, sapagkat hindi kayo kayang ibahin. Lalo't higit, you are walking with the wise, with those who fear the Lord, who will help you mature, who will challenge you, who will pray for you, who will listen to you with an open mind. And you know, Solomon said it well. One may be overpowered. He does not suggest that anyone should live in isolation, not by himself, because we are all weak, we are all vulnerable. Lahat po tayo may kahinaan. And so, we should not live in isolation. I think this is a very clear message from King Solomon. We should not live in isolation, not by ourselves, because we are all weak. Solomon said it well, 2 is stronger to defend themselves. But a cord of 3 is not quickly broken. Nothing and nobody can easily beat them. Because they are a community of people praying together, cheering up, loving, and helping one another. Nobody can easily beat them. A cord of 3 is not quickly broken. Kaibigan, hindi kita masisisi kung meron kang relationship trauma o relationship wound. Kung ikaw ay nasaktan, kung ikaw ay pagod ng magtiwala, at muling gumawa ng isang relasyon, hindi kita masisisi. At hindi ko tinatanggihan ang iyong naramdaman, hindi ko tinatanggihan ang iyong damdamin. But, you can ask God to give you some wise or godly people who can build you up and journey with you closer and closer to God. Yes, you can ask God. So your life will be meaningful and not meaningless under the sun. Meaningful under the sun. Ask God to give you some wise or godly people who can build you up, who can mature you, who can be in a journey with you. Ang sabi po ng isang respected and Christian philosopher na si C.S. Lewis, friendship is not essential for mere survival, but friendship gives life meaning, and enriches our existence. Friendship gives life meaning and enriches our existence. Hindi mo lang kinakailangang magkaroon, sabi niya, ng kaibigan para mabuhay ka. Sa halip, ang true friendship ay nagbibigay ng kahulugan ng buhay at nagpapanagana ng buhay mo. Because that's what true friendship is. Jesus could be your best friend na hinahanap mo sa buhay. Because this friend, none other than Jesus, is ready to lay down his life for you, to love you, to care for you. He is faithful and he will never fail you. Because Jesus is and could be and is your best friend. And so today, King Solomon had spoken. Maliwanag po ang kanyang mensahe sa araw na ito. Mga kamag-aral, do not live life in isolation. You were made to live in a community. And you need to walk with the wise who can help you mature with those who have deep reverence for God. Walk with the wise or with those who have deep reverence for God. Natutunan po ni King Solomon how life is more meaningful when we walk with the wise. Even the wise will fail us, but there is one more thing that is necessary. Not only that you walk with the wise, but you walk closely with the Lord. For the Lord will never fail you. Si Jesus ay nag-aanyaya sa iyo upang maging kaibigan mo siya at mabigyan ka rin niya ng mga tunay na kaibigan. Mga kaibigang nagmamahal sa Kanya at nakatuon sa Kanya at nakasentro sa Kanya. Again, let me share with you the final conclusion of King Solomon, understanding how to find meaning in life. And he said in Ecclesiastes 12:13 and 14, here's my final conclusion. Fear God and obey his commands. Fear God and obey his commands, for this is everyone's duty. Manalangin po tayo. Salamat po, Panginoon, sa iyong kaloob na komunidad. At nilikha mo kami para sa isang komunidad. Tulungan mo po kami na aming makita ang iba at matutunan kung paano namin sila madudulutan ng pagmamahal at ng mabubuting gawa. Pagkalooban mo po kami ng mga bukas na mata upang madamayan ang iba na nangangailangan ng pag-asa at gayon din ng tapang upang tumugon na may pananampalataya sa pangangailangan ng iba. Gamitin mo kami na mapatibay ang iyong paghahari dito sa lupa sa pamamagitan ng aming masidhing pagdadamayan sa isa't isa. Pagdadamayan sa mga nangungulila. Pagdamay sa nalulungkot. Pagdamay sa nahihirapan. Ito ang aming dala sa pangalan ni Jesus. Amen at amen. Muli po, maraming salamat mga kamag-aaral sa araw na ito upang ating matutunan ang kahulugan ng buhay. Ano ang dapat nating yakapin, ano ang dapat nating sundin ayon sa kalooban ng Diyos. Salamat po sa ating mga kasama dito sa Maniwala Team at salamat po sa lahat na nag-share ng ating mga videos. Salamat po sa lahat na nakikipag-aralan. Ating pong patuloy na ibinibigay ang papuri sa Diyos. Ito po ang inyong lingkod, Jonathan Aureliasa. Hanggang sa muli.